திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். பிடியதன்னுருவுமை கொழமிகு கரியது வடிகொடுதனதடி வழிபடும் அவரிடர் கடி கணபதி வர அருளினன் மிகு கொடை வடிவினர் பயில் வலி பலமுறையிறையே. ஐந்து கரத்தனை ஆனை முகத்தனை இந்து நிழம் வீரை போலும் எயிற்றனை நந்தி மகந்தனை ஞான கொழுந்தினை புந்தியில் வைத்தடி போற்றுகின்றேனே. திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். பொழியர்கோன் வெப்பொழித்த புகழியர்கோன் கழல் போற்றி ஆழிமிசை கல் மிதப்பில் அணைந்த பிரானடி போல் வாழிதிரு நாவலூர் வன்றொண்டர் பதம் போற்றி ஊழிமலி திருவாத ஊரர் திரு தாழ் போற்றி. திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். In the last session, we have seen about Thirukoottachirappu, how the divinely saints of our Thirukootam are being praised by Shekalar. So, how do we call these people as Thirukootam, and which means the divine crowd of our Swami? Why are they being called as? All those things we discussed in the last session. So, now in today's session, we will be discussing about Saint Shekalar's Taduttatkonda Puranam of Periya Puranam. The Sargam is known as Taduttatkonda Sargam. So this is in this Sargam, Swami actually he took Saint Sundara, and Swami acted as how he kept his word. Swami, when Sundaramurti Nayanar was about to start from Mount Kailash, he requested Swami to come and secure him when he is about to fall into the worldly dwellings. So it is the way how our Swami kept his word. It is the story of such. So the first hymn of Taduttatkonda Puranam. Gangayum madiyum பாம்பும் கடுக்கையும் முடிமேல் வைத்த அங்கனர் ரோலை காட்டி ஆண்டவர் தமக்கு நாடு மங்கையர் வதன சீதமதி இருமயங்கும் மோடி செங்கைகள் குலைகள் நாடும் திருமுனைப்பாடி நாடு. Thirumurai நாடு is a place which includes Kadalur, some part of Kadalur, some part of Tiruvannamalai, all these places. This Thirumurai நாடு is a very important because it is the same place where our Saint Thirunavukarasar, Saint Sundarar, and two of the our Sandanakuravars also born on this place. So this Thirumurai நாடு is a very important location for the Saivist. So Shekalar is introducing Thirumurai நாடு. See, Gangayum Madiyum பாம்பும் கடுக்கையும் முடிமேல் வைத்த அங்கனர் ஓலை காட்டி ஆண்டவர் தமக்கு நாடு. So he is introducing about the Taduttatkonda Puranam. That Puranam is basically based on a palm script which Swami brought as an evidence to bring Sundara into his account. So that is the palm script which that entire Taduttatkonda Puranam is discussing about. So Shekalar is telling that Swami came to this place with that olai. Swami came to this place with that olai. So Anganar olai kaati aandavar damakku naadu. So Swami Taduttatkonda, that is what he is telling. Swami stopped the wedding of Saint Sundara and took Sundara into his salvage. So he took Sundara into his salvage. So that is how this Taduttatkonda Puranam is being discussed as. So Gangayum Madiyum பாம்பும் கடுக்கையும் முடிமேல் வைத்த, he is talking about all the head ornaments, headgears of our Swami. See, that is the place where all these things happen. That is what he is discussing about. If you could see on the next part of this hymn, Mangayar vadana சீதமதி இருமயங்கும் ஓடி செங்கைகள் குலைகள் நாடும் திருமுனைப்பாடி நாடு. See, look at this. The women of Thirumurai நாடு are wearing good ear ornaments. Their eyes are like fish, They have such beautiful eyes. If you could see, Meenakshi was named as Meenakshi, which means one who has eyes which can be compared to the fish. That is what in Tamil we call her as Angayar Kanni. Angayar Kanni. So, if you could see, in many Kshetrams, Ambal is being called as compared by her eyes or her voice. We have a Nambalat Yalinum Menmoriyal, one who has a sweet voice even than the Yal. That is one of the sweetest instrument which soothes us. So Yalinum Menmoriyal. If you could see, we have Vel Nedung Kanni. Her eyes can be compared to the spear. If you could see, there are Ambal who is being called as Angayar Kanni, Vel Nedung Kanni, Karundadak Kanni, Nilayadakshi, Nagapatnam. So these women are their ear ornaments. You know that your ear ornaments are just their eyes are about to touch the ear ornaments. The ear ornaments is hanging. It is about to touch the eyes. It is thinking that Kangal, that is Chengayal Kolaigal Nadum Nadu. That eyes are reaching the Kolaigal, that are ear ornaments. It is such women are there in that place. That is what Sheklar is telling us. பெருகிய நலத்தால் மிக்க பெரும் திருநாடு தன்னில் அருமறை சைவம் ஓங்க அருணினால் அவதரித்த மருவியதவத்தாள் மிக்க விழம்பதி வாய்மை குன்றா திருமறையவர்கள் நீடும் திருநாவலூராம் அன்றே. Now he is introducing Thirunavalur. See, Thirunavalur is the place where Saint Sundara born. It is the birthplace of Saint Sundara. That is why பெருகிய நலத்தால் மிக்க பெரும் திருநாடு தன்னில், that place is so abundant in wealth. The place is so abundant in wealth. In that, it has a very peak place that is called Thirunavalur. In Thirunavalur, in order to uphold the Arumarai Shaivam, the Saiva Samayam, which follows the Veda traditions, which uptakes the Vedas. Arumarai Shaivam Monga, Arulinal Avadarita, he born because of the blessing of our Lord. மருவியதவத்தாள் மிக்க வழம்பதி வாய்மை குன்றா திருமறையவர்கள் நீடும் திருநாவலூராம் அன்றே. See, the priestly saints of this Thirunavalur are the people who keeps truth above everything. They have a long penance, long tapas. மருவியதவத்தாள் மிக்க வழம்பதி. Because of their long penance and their upkeeping of the dharma over everything, that place is so wealthy. The place is so wealthy. So this Thirumaraiyavargal needum Thirunavalooram andre. So it is that Thirunavalur that they are coming for. மாதொருபாகனார்க்கு வழியடிமை செய்யும் வேதியர் குலத்துள் தோன்றி மேம்படு சடையனார்க்கு ஏதமிழ்கற்பின் வாழ்க்கை மனை இசை ஞானியார் வாழ் தீதகண்டுலகம் உய்ய திரு அவதாரம் செய்தார். See, it is talking about Saint Sundara's birth. மாதொருபாகனார்க்கு வழி அடிமை செய்யும் வேதியர் குலத்துள் தோன்றி மேம்படு சடையனார்க்கு. It is the introduction of the parents of Saint Sundara. Sadayanar and Isaignaniyar. Sadayanar was the father and the Isaignaniyar was the mother. Madorubahanarku vali adimai seyyum vediyar kulathul thondri membadu Sadayanarku. See, Sadayanar is akin of a family which devoted themselves to Swami, Adishaiva. Adishaivas are revered as Muppodum Thirumeni Thinduvar in the account of Tohayadiyars. We have seen about Tohayadiyars in the earlier session. So Adisaivas are one of the Adisaivas are Toheyadiyars who were known as Muppodum Thirumeni Thinduvar. So these people, they have devoted themselves to Swami himself. Adishaivas have devoted themselves to Swami themselves. For them, for the Adishaivas, Swami is above everything. Swami is above everything. You cannot expect them to worship any other than our Swami, because they are believed as the dwellings of the Swami himself. They are the people who devoted themselves to the Swami. See, in the Saint Sundara story, Swami is reassuring people that Adishaivas are devoted to Swami himself, to none other than. That is why, if the Adishaiva of any temple who did Acharya Abhishekam of the temple, if he is visiting, he should be revered as the Swami himself. He should be respected as the Swami who is visiting. For example, we are living in Tirunelveli. If the Adishaiva who took Acharya Abhishekam at Tirunelveli temple, if he is visiting to our home, we should be respecting him as our Swami Nellayappa itself. Because when the Acharya Abhishekam is being done, these Acharyas on that day, they are kept equivalent to Swami on that day. They are being taken as the representative of our Swami. Representative of the Swami, in whose temple that Acharya Abhishekam was kept. So if you could see, Madoru Bahanarku Vali Vali Adimai Seyyum. He didn't say only for Swami, he is telling Madoru Bahanar. So when it is said Madoru Bahanar, then these people are devoted themselves to Shiva and Parvati. For them, they both, that Shiva and Parvati, are the highest of everything. So they worship Lord Shiva and Parvati or by keeping themselves to highest of everything. So if you could see, they should not worship any other human being except that is their parents and Guru. The Guru also should be from the same Adishaiva. If you could see, Chidambaram Maraignana Sambandar has given a code for Shaiva Samaya. He has segregated the Shaiva Samaya into the Aramporul, Inbam Vida, all those characteristics. 720 Kurals he have authored on it. In the 720 plus Kurals, that 2-line hymns, he is telling how a student should be, how a guru should be, how the Diksha should be initiated, how we should be keeping all those Dikshas, how family life should be, how our Admartha and Parartha Puja should be. All those things he is discussing. When he is about to say that, when he talks about the Acharyan, if the Acharya comes from the Shaiva sect, that Acharya should never ever go beyond any other deity. So in the Tevarams, in the Thirumurais, if you could see, Machunan Sirudaivam Sero Mallom. There is a hymn which is talking about Machunan Sirudaivam Sero Mallom. When you strongly, tightly holding the holy feet of our Lord, Swami, there is no need to worship any other deity other than our Swami. When you worship Swami, you are worshipping Ambal. When you are worshipping Swami and Ambal, you are worshipping the Shiva Kudumbam also. So when you are doing that, there is no other necessity to do worship to any other minor deities of this world. So if you could see, our people today, they are going to temple and worshipping the Navagraha and coming out. They are not even bothering about the Swami, if you could say, people go to Tirunallaru, they doesn't talk about that Nallacham Peruman, who is the Darbaranyeshwara Swami. It has a Vidangar. The temple has a Vidangar. It is one of the Sabda Vidanga Kshetra. They are not talking about the Tyagaraja of the Tirunallaru. They are not talking about Bohamartha Punmulayal, who is the mother deity of that whole place. But they are talking about a minor deity, Shanaicharar. People call Shanaicharar as Sanishwaran. They are suffixing him with Ishvara. No, he is Chanaichara. He is not revered with Ishvara Patta. So, we couldn't take or we couldn't digest all these things today. மாதொரு பாகனாருக்கு வழி வழி அடிமை செய்யும் அருமறை சைவம் விளங்க அவதரித்த. So when you take these two things into account, you could understand Adishaivas are the people who devoted themselves to Swami generations by generations. That is why Swami brought that palm script to the wedding, which we are going to discuss in the Stadutat Konda Purana. So in the Vediyar Kulam, Sadayanar was peak of all above people by that time. So Edamil Karpin Varkai, Manai Isai. So Sadayanar is blessed with a beautiful wife who goes along with the dharma of the household which she devoted. To this beautiful couple, to remove all the bad deeds of this earth, our Saint Sundara born too. So that is what this hymn is discussing. Any doubts? Any doubts? தம்பிரான் அருளினாலே தவத்தினால் மிக்கோர் போற்று நம்பி யாரூரார் என்றே நாமமும் சாட்சி மிக்க ஐம்படை சதங்கை சாத்தி அணிமணி சுட்டி சாத்தி செம்பொன்னான் அறைகள் மின்னத் தெருவில் தேர் உருட்டு நாளில். See, this is talking about the childhood of a particular child living during those times. See, தம்பிரான் அருளினாலே தவத்தினால் மிக்கோர் போற்றும். By the blessings of our Lord, all the divine beings of this earth, they are praising one who got the name Nambiyaroorar by their parent. That is our Saint Sundara. Aimbadai Sadangai Sati. See, Aimbadai, if you could see in Sri Lanka, still this people are having the culture of wearing Aimbadai Tali. Aimbadai is an ancient Tamil ornament which all the boys used to wear. This has two versions. One version which has the Panchayudas of Mahavishnu. Chanka, Chakra, Gada, Shanka. All these Panchayudas will be, and Katka. All these Panchayudas will be there in the dollar. Whereas it has a Shaivas version also. So Pasha, Angusha, Trishula, all these things will be there in the Shaiva set. So if you could see that Aimbadai Chadangai. Aimbadai Chadangai Chati, Animani Chutti Chati. The child is being decorated by the parent. Aimbadai Chadangai Chati, Animani Chutti Chati, Sembonnan Arayil. Minnathe Teruvil Teruruttunanil. All the child used to have that ornament on their hip, the golden ornament, Arainyan on their hip. Sembonnan Arayil Minna. It is so shining. Today we are wearing that in Tamil we call it as Araicharangai. We are making it as very small golden dots, but in the earlier time, it used to be in the size of marvel, that is jasmine buds. Each and every gem, that is that particular each and every ball used to be in the size of the marvel, that is jasmine bud. It should be. When the child walks, it should also make some beautiful noise. Okay. So, the child is playing. Today, our children are playing with cars, remote cars, teddy bears, and all those things. But in the earlier time, they will be playing with car. Okay, that is there. So one day, Saint Sundara is playing car on the street. நரசிங்க முனையரன்னும் நாடு வாழரசர்கன்று பருவரங்காதல் கூறப் பயந்தவர் தம்பாள் சென்று விரவிய அன்பினாலே வேண்டினார் பெற்று தங்கள் அரசிளங்குமாரர்க்கேற்ப அன்பினால் மகமை கொண்டார். So, our Sadayanar's friend Narasinga Munayanar, who is the king of Thirumurai Padinadu, he saw the beautiful child playing on the street with car. What happened? The child told Narasinga Munayar to stop his car because his car is coming on that time. The child is playing with car. Narasinga Munayar is coming by his car. The child stops that Narasinga Munayar and telling that my car should go first because Swami resides on my car. On seeing all those things, the king went so happy and asking, inquiring, who is that child? And it is your friend's son, that is Sadayanar's son. So, நாடுவாழ் அரசர் கண்டு பருவரங்காதல் கூற பாயந்தவர் தம்பாள் சென்று. He went to his beloved friend Sadayanar. விரவிய அன்பினாலே வேண்டினார். He requested by keeping his friendship over anything. பெற்று தங்கள் அரசிடங்குமாரர்க்கேற்ப அன்பினால் மகமை கொண்டார். He took Saint Sundara into his palace and grew him as his own child, as a prince. So Saint Sundara was given birth by Sadayanar and Isaignaniyar, but raised by Narasinga Munayar. பெருமை சாளரசர்காதர் பிள்ளையாய் விண்ணும் தங்கள் வருமுறை மரம்பில் வைக வளர்ந்து மங்கலம் செய்கோலத்து அருமறை முன்னூல் சாத்தி அளவில் தொல்கலைகள் ஆய்ந்து திருமலி சிறப்பின் ஓங்கி சீர்மணப் பருவஞ்சேர்ந்தார். Saint Sundara is being raised as the lovable child of the Narasinga Munayar. And even though he is raised as equivalent to a prince, he never moved away from his worldly duties as a Adishaiva. Varumurai marabilvaihi. He didn't go away from his Adishaiva duty also. Arumarai munnul shati. He had a spoonal. Alavil dolkalaigal ஆய்ந்து. He started learning all the arts. திருமலி சிறப்பின் ஓங்கி சீர்மண பருவம் சேர்ந்தார். He attained the marriage age. தந்தையார் சடையனார்தம் தனி திருமகற்குச் செய்வ அந்த நொர்குலத்துள் தங்கள் அரும்பெரும் மரபுக்கேற்ப வந்ததொள் சிறப்பிற்புத்தூர் சடங்கவி மறையோண்டன்பாள் செந்திரு அணையகண்ணி மனத்திற்கு செப்பி விட்டார். So, Sadayanar, what did he do? He wanted to marry his son. தந்தையார் சடையனார்தம் தனித்திருமகவுக்கு, to his only son, சைவ அந்தணர்குலத்துள் தங்கள் அரும்பெரும் மரபுக்கேற்ப, to fit with his சைவ அந்தணர் quality. He is seeking the varan for his own son. There is a place called Puttur. Today this Puttur is being called as Manamgol Puttur, Manam Vanda Puttur. It is because Saint Sundara was about to marry the daughter of Puttur Shadangavi Shivacharya. Shadangavi Marayon Tanbal Shendiru Anayaganni. Shendiru. What is this Shendiru? It is purest wealth. It is the purest wealth. So, see, Saint Sundara is about to be married with Puttur Shadangavi Shivacharya's daughter. So, he informed Sadangavi Shivacharya about his own son, the Saint Sundara, to be married to Sadangavi Shivacharya's daughter. குளமுதல் அறிவின் மிக்கார் கோத்திரம் முறையும் தேர்ந்தார் நலமிகு முதியோர் சொல்ல சடங்கவி நன்மை ஏற்று மலர் தருமுகத்தன்னாகி மனம்புரி செயலின் வாய்மை பலவுடன் பேசி ஒத்த பண்பினாள் அன்பு நேர்ந்தான். How marriage is being fixed on that day? Look at this. குளமுதல் அறிவின் மிக்கார், people who pass the knowledge from one to another. குளமுதல் அறிவின் மிக்கார், one who is very great in the knowledge, who transfers the knowledge from one to another. And people who are very well in discussing about Kottira Murayum Terdar, who knows about the Gotras, where, to whom, who were their ancestors. Nalamigu Mudiyor Solla, all the elders are telling. So there are three people coming and telling. Kulamudal Arivin Mikkar, people who are revered by their knowledge. Kottira Murayum Terdar, people who knows from which Gotra, for all these people were there. That is their ancestral family tree that they are discussing about. Nalamigu Mudiyor Solla. See, he is using a beautiful word. Nalamigu Mudiyor. See, at times when people get age, people move away from the dharma of the what they keep. They make many hasty decisions. But see, he is telling Nalamigu Mudiyor Solla. People who are elders and also very strong in their knowledge, they are telling all these good things Sadangavi Shivacharya is taking into his account. And now he is considering this wedding should be a very great wedding, because every people are talking good about this bride. So he was happy and accepted the offer from Saint Sundara's family. மற்றவன் இசைந்த வார்த்தை கேட்டவர் வள்ளல் தன்னை பெற்றவர் தம்பாள் சென்று சொன்னபின் பெருகு சிந்தை உற்றதோர் மகிழ்ச்சி எய்து மனவினை உவந்து சாட்சி கொற்றவர் திருவுக்கேற்ப குறித்து நாள் ஓளை விட்டார். On hearing the acceptance of Sadangavi Shivacharya, here Sadayanar and his family was so happy. He is going and talking to the elders, and he is fixing the date for the wedding and sending messages to all the family elders to bring them for the wedding. மங்களம் பொழிய செய்த மணவினை ஓலை ஏந்தி அங்கையர் கண்ணினாரும் ஆடவர் பலரும் ஈண்டி கொங்கலர் சோலை மூதூர் குறுகினார் எதிரே வந்து பங்கேவதனி மாறும் மைந்தரும் பணிந்து கொண்டார். So they took the wedding invitation on their hand. All the women who has eyes which can be compared to the fish, and their own men, everyone are coming to this place. This divine couple, Sadayanar and Isainaniyar, along with this child, Saint Sundara, they all welcoming them.